Dear friends, hello and happy Nowruz. My name is Mandana and I have the honor of being here on behalf of IACC to bring you our Nowruz program. Thankfully, we put behind us a difficult and challenging year. The human race on this planet was affected, and yet the scientific brain of the same human race will conquer disease and virus, and our powerful and delicate hearts can conquer hatred and disrespect. Let this new year, this new day, and on the Persian calendar, this new century, be the time when we spread good health, love, joy, and respect to each other. Let us begin with good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Welcome. Before we begin, we'd like to ask you to please put your videos on speaker view and to silent your microphones. Please also rename your devices to your name found at the bottom of your screen. If you need to say anything or share anything with us at any time, please type it in the chat box. Thank you. Let's start by showcasing Haftseen, this valued tradition that celebrates Nowruz for us. I have the honor and the pleasure of sitting behind this beautiful Haftseen, set by our very own lovely and talented Marjan Mobasser, here at Pars Place. Thank you, Marjan Jun. Many of you have also sent us pictures of your Nowruz, your Haftseen for Nowruz, from around the community. We thank you for doing that. We'd also like to thank Hannah Yazdani for putting together the following slideshow. In the background, you will hear the beautiful voice of Faranak Ruhul Fada, who will be reciting a poem called Nowruz Tu Rahe by Simine Baghcheban, accompanied on the piano by Erfan Ruhul Fada. We'd also like to thank Parinaz Bahadori for making this video possible.
بازم گل نرگس اومد به خونه به کوچه اومده نعنا و پونه بیا گل ریحون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه بیا رنگین کمون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه پرستو برگشته لونه میسازه لونه‌شو گوشه ایوون میسازه بیا گل ریحون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه بیا رنگین کمون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه اسب سفیدشو سرمازین کرده باد و بارونشو تو خرجین کرده بیا گل ریحون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه بیا رنگین کمون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه خورشید خانوم پنجش گرم و طلایی تو باغ درختا رو چراغون کرده بیا گل ریحون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه بیا رنگین کمون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه بیا گل ریحون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه بیا رنگین کمون دارم دیگه نوروز تو راهه
Thank you, Hannah, Faranak, and Erfan. And now a message from Governor Northam and his wife Pam to the Iranian-American community for Nowruz.
Nowruz Mubarak. Pam and I are join you in this celebration. Nowruz Mubarak. Pam and I are proud to join you in this celebration. Nowruz is the celebration of the new year and marks the first day of spring. For more than 3,000 years, families and communities in the Middle East, Asia, and all around the world, including Virginia, have celebrated Nowruz. We are proud to celebrate it today and honor the diversity of traditions that make our Commonwealth stronger.
In observation of Nowruz, we have set a Haftseen table here at the Executive Mansion. This serves as a collection of items that symbolize hope for the new year. The 7 S's serve as the foundation of the Haftseen, and each item represents an important part of life. They are the sabzi, which symbolizes rebirth,
Pam and I are proud to join
part of life. They are the sabzi, which symbolizes rebirth, the sinjed, which symbolizes love,
Seeb, which symbolizes beauty and health, Seer, which symbolizes medicine,
Samanu, which symbolizes wealth, Sirke, which symbolizes patience and wisdom,
and Samak, which symbolizes the color of sunrise. Some families include a live goldfish symbolizing a new life. I can assure you, these goldfish will not be harmed or released.
The Haftseen also includes a mirror symbolizing reflection, colored eggs symbolizing fertility, and coins symbolizing prosperity, and a Quran or other significant text. Today, we have included the Shahnameh in Persian.
On the eve of spring equinox, families gather to celebrate Nowruz and eat sabzi polo mahi, which is fish and rice. Unfortunately, we are unable to celebrate with you in person today in order to observe proper social distancing and reduce the spread of COVID-19. However, I see many reasons for hope as we enter this new season. The past year has been incredibly difficult for Virginians, but with vaccinations now exceeding 50,000 doses a day and new cases declining, I am optimistic that the end of this pandemic is in sight. If we continue to wear masks, wash our hands, maintain safe distance from one another, and get a vaccine as soon as it is our turn, I am confident we will be back to celebrating important cultural traditions together very soon. From our family to yours, We wish you a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year.
I believe that's the first time the Iranian community has been addressed by a governor. Thank you. Our next video clip is by some of the youth in our community. Sirus Sabet on santur and Kazem Davudian on daf. We'll have the video for you shortly.
And I'm playing with Ostad. I'm playing Chahar Mezrab Mahur by Farmaz Parwan. And I'm playing with Ostad Davdian, and it's an honor to play with him.
Thank you.
I think we'll try again to play that video.
And I'm playing with Ostad Davdian, and it's an honor to play with him.
Thank you.
We will try to play that video for you again at a later time. Next, we have Zohre Hashemi, who will recite a poem by Sadi. Zohre Jan, durud.
سلام مادنه جون. چقدر صحبت گاورنر قشنگ بود. من با اجازهتون یک شعر براتون میخونم از سعدی شیراز. اونطور که شما سیر و سرکه رو کنار هم گذاشتین و دلتون رو به سرخی سیب و طلایی سکه روشن میکنین و همونطور که شکوفه چشمتون رو نوازش میده، با این همه زیبایی به پیشواز بهار بریم با یکی از زیباترین شعرهای سعدی شیراز. از پوشید از بهار برگ شاخ، میوه پنهان کرده از خورشید و مه در آستین. باد گلها را پریشان میکند هر صبحدم، زان پریشانی مگر روی آب افتاده چین. نوبهار از غنچه بیرون شد یک تو پیرهن، بیز مشک انداخت تا دیگر زمستان پوستین. این نسیم خاک شیراز است یا مشک ختن، یا نگار من پریشان کرده زلف عنبرین. بامدادش بین که چشم از خواب نوشین برکند، گر ندیدی سحر بلبل در نگارستان چین. گر سرش داری تو سعدی سر بنه مردانه بار، با چنین معشوق نتوان باخت عشق الا چنین. و با اجازتون با این سخن زیبای سهراب حرفم رو تموم میکنم. نه تو میمانی و نه اندوه و نه هیچ یک از مردم این آبادی، به حباب نگران لب یک روز قسم و به کوتاهی آن لحظه شادی که گذشت، قصه هم خواهد رفت، آنچنانی که فقط خاطره ای خواهد ماند. روزتون خوش باشه و نوروزتون پیروز باشه. مرسی.
خیلی ممنون زهره جان. Thank you so much for that beautiful poem. I think we have actually resolved our technical issue, and we will now go back to the video that was done by our youth, Sirus Sabet and Kazem Davudian.
I'm playing Chahar Medrab Mahur by Farmaz Parwan. And I'm playing with Ostad Davdian, and it's an honor to play with him.
Thank you. Okay.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Sirus, and thank you, Kazem. We do have another short clip ready for you. It is by Ashkan Kashani, who will play the tombak. He has sent us the video from here. Here's to his video. That was lovely as well. Thank you, Ashkan Jan. And so now we're going to have some fun and play a game. We're going to ask you 4 questions and give you an opportunity to write your answers in the chat box at the bottom of your screen. There are no winners. Everybody is a winner. And so it's just to play and have a good time. There are only going to be 4 questions, and we will give you a few seconds in between to write down your answers. So it's called the Nowruz Trivia Game. And going to question number 1. So before the Haftseen, we all know that the Haftseen starts with 7 items on the table that begin with the letter S in Farsi. Before the letter S, Haftseen actually was something else, and it began with another letter. So the question is, what was that letter, and why did it change to the current Haftseen that we have? If you would type your answers in the chat box. And I think the chat box is being monitored by a couple of the board members who can tell us how many of you got the answers right.
So we have Faride who got the answer right. We have Zohre Hashemi who got the answer right. And we have a funny comment from Rebecca Khorami who says we should ask the governor.
For next year, we'll do a quiz for him next year. And so the answer is, before the Haftseen was started with the letter S, it started with Sheen. It was the Haftseen. And since one of the Sheens is Sharab, when Islam came to Iran, obviously they got rid of the Sharab and they replaced it with Serke. And so consequently, the 6 other things were also named after starting with the letter S. So we changed from Haftseen to Haftseen. Bravo to those who got it right. We're going to move on to the next question. So question number 2. What is Sanjed in English, and what does it represent on the Haftseen?
Don't forget to put your answers in the chat box. You can find the chat box at the bottom of your Zoom. You click on it and then you can put your answers, and please send it to everyone.
It's a tricky one.
They didn't ask, what it represents, yeah. And also you need to tell us what Sanjed is actually in English.
We'll give you time to Google it.
So far, Mandana, the answers are Farida with Jobubwa, not right. Roshan with goji berries, and Rebecca put the representation for love.
Rebecca has been very active. Good job, Rebecca. Are there still coming in, those chats?
I think we don't have any more, so if you want to share the answer, go right ahead.
Sure, we can see the answer. So Sanjed is known as the fruit of the lotus tree. It's also called the Persian olive, and it's from the plant called help me out, Farouk, I can't see the whole word.
Oleaster.
Yeah, we're not even going to get into the scientific name, but that is what it is on the screen, and it represents love on the Haftseen. Moving on to question number 3. How many days, hours, seconds are in the solar or the tropical calendar? I'm sure everybody can get the number of days right.
Come on, there's no wrong answers. Just trying is the right answer.
Google it.
Google it. So Faride answered 365. Rebecca said, I just know the 365 part. And Farfonde also gave us 365 and 6.
6 hours.
Elmira gave us 52 weeks. I think we should go to the answer.
Okay. And so the answer is there are 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 46 seconds in a year. And so that 5 hours, 48 minutes, 46 seconds, sort of 6 hours, the extra 6 hours add up over 4 years to give us the leap year, which is another 24 hours. That's where the leap year comes from. So our last and our final question, question number 4, is where is the Earth relative to the Sun exactly at Sol Tahvil, or the vernal equinox?
Who's going to be the brave one to answer first? Rebecca, what happened to you? Poetry Nights raised their hand. Can you put it in the chat, please? We're reading it out loud. Bahram answered the equator. Faride answered 0 degree. We're not going to share Rebecca's answer. Anyone else? I think Poetry Nights had an answer. Maybe we can unmute them and let them answer.
Unmute. Who?
Let me see. Hold on. Amir, do you want to highlight Poetry Nights and let them answer? Or should we just go, let's just go to the answer. Go ahead, Mandana.
And of course, the answer is that the Sol Tahvil, or the vernal equinox, is when the sun is shining exactly over the equator, and it is 0 degrees. So this means that there are exactly 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night at that moment. And that signifies the beginning of spring for those living in the northern hemisphere, and the beginning of autumn for those who live in the southern hemisphere. So thank you very much to all of you who participated in our quick trivia, Nowruz trivia. We do have one more clip for you, again from the youth. And this one is from Alexander Sabit on tar and Kazem Davudian on daf. If we could go to that video, please.
I'm Alexander Sabit. I'll be playing Makam Isfahan Ahang as Zarian Panjin.
Bravo, very good.
That was great. Thank you so much, Alexander and Kazem. If you'd like our program so far and you would like to take a few minutes to do and you'd like to support us, please use the link that is provided in the chat box to make a donation. We appreciate any AD. For our next and our final segment, we have an Eid-Deedani portion where we'd like to take a few minutes, and those of you who are on with us can take the time and just give us a Nowruz greeting. Tell us what is your wish for Nowruz, and just speak to us. So we will highlight you. What we need you to do is put in the chat box that you would like to say something, and we will turn your camera on. So let's do that now. It's an opportunity to say hello to each other and wish each other a happy Nowruz. Who would like to begin? Don't be shy, guys. We're all friends.
Hello, everyone, and happy Nowruz, happy spring. I have to tell you that this year was really special for me because after 52 years, 53 of living in the United States and never having had the honor to celebrate Nowruz in Iran, I am just delighted to say that I feel like we have really incorporated this holiday into the United States, and that makes me, it just brings a big smile on my face. I felt like all of social media had blasted either picture of people's AD or messages about Nowruz. And I do encourage everyone on here, if you have children, go to the schools every year and share this holiday. It's probably the most universal holiday that everyone can celebrate. And it's celebrating such good things, as Mandana talked about in her introduction. But Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, local libraries, old people's home, anywhere, please go and share the spirit of Nowruz, because I think this is something that should be celebrated all over the world by all people. And I'm so proud to be Iranian. So happy Nowruz to all of you.
Thank you, Furu.
I'm gonna volunteer Rebecca, since she's been answering so much.
Thanks, Furu. You're awesome. Happy Nowruz to all of you beautiful people out there. I make sure that my family and I celebrate Nowruz as much as we pretend to celebrate Christmas, and they truly understand the importance of it. For me, it's important because it's such a symbolic holiday and not really attached to any particular religion. And it's beautiful, and the timing of the year, it's just all good stuff. And what's awesome for us is that a lot of my kids' friends who are not Iranian don't have to be explained to what Haftseen and what Nowruz is, because amazingly enough, a lot of them know. And in fact, when my daughter Bidi was explaining to her friend that she has to go jump over fire, he was like, oh yeah, I did that last year. And it was so cool. And he's 100% American. So proud to be an Iranian, proud to have our own special holiday to celebrate, and so happy that we live in a community where people recognize that, especially when the governor gets up and does a beautiful Haftseen and explains it and teaches me, I'm ashamed to say, but I learned from his speech, but we're lucky to have that. So thank you for all that you've done for the community, and proud to be an Iranian amongst you, and happy to share this day with you.
Okay, it looks like Mahvesh June is going to be next.
Thank you so much. Merci, خیلی ممنون. Happy New Year to everybody, all of you. Thank you so much. خیلی هم ممنون از اینکه شانس به من دادین که به تبریک بگم به همه خانوم ها و همه زحمت کشیدین و بسیار قشنگ، سفره بسیار قشنگیه و انشالله که سالهای سال بتونیم همینطور دور هم جمع بشیم و سلبریشن نوروز داشته باشیم. عید شما همگی مبارک. انشالله که سال بسیار خوبی در پیش باشه. عید همه مبارک.
نوروز پیروز.
روشن.
مرسی مهوش جون. Thank you. And روشن.
Maybe we can ask Farida June to say a few words, and she always inspires us.
با سلام به همه دوستای عزیز، نوروز همه مبارک. بسیار بسیار خوشحالم که اینجا هستم و عضوی از Iranian-American Community Center هستم. سالی که گذشت درسای خیلی خیلی جالب و خوبی بهمون داد. امیدم بر این هستش که در این سال جدید همه اون درس ها رو به کار بگیریم و اتحادمون رو قوی تر بکنیم، قلب هامون رو بزرگتر و عشقمون رو محکمتر بکنیم، برای اینکه اون تنها چیزی هستش که به همه ما نیرو میده. و من الان توی یه کامنت باکس هم نوشتم When we all get together with love, magic happens. این خودش الان یک ماجیک هستش. پایدار باشین، همتون سالم بمونین و خودتون رو سالمتر بکنید و سالم نگه دارین، برای اینکه من تمام صحبت ها میدونین که همش به سلامت وصل میشه یک نوعی، و براتون بهترین سال و سالها رو آرزو میکنم. ممنونم.
Thank you فریده جون. Furuq, do we have anyone else who'd like to speak?
No one else has said it, but since I think Mujda is on, and since she is our board chair, maybe she can share a few words with us.
Mujda Jun, we'd love to hear from you. Nowruz Piruz.
Maybe she's not on anymore, so, or she got disconnected. So anyone else want to give a greeting? I think Amir, let's unmute Amir so he can speak.
اند فرخنده دستشو بلند کرده بود.
Hi
Okay.
Amir.
No.
صدا میرسه؟
بله.
خب منم به نوبه خودم نوروز باستانی رو به همه عزیزان ایرانی تبریک عرض میکنم و امیدوارم این سال پیروزی و بهروزی برای همه عزیزان باشه. و چند خط یه ترجیبند کوچیکی از فرخی سیستانی، شاعر بزرگ ما در دوران غزنوی، چند خط بیشتر نیست، اگر اجازه بفرمایید من اینو بخونم. ز باغ ای باغبان ما را همی بوی بهار آید، کلید باغ ما را ده که فردامان به کار آید. کلید باغ را فردا هزاران خواستار آید، تو لختی صبر کن چندان که قمری بر کنار آید. چو اندر باغ تو بلبل به دیدار بهار آید، تو را مهمان ناخوانده به روزی 100,000 آید. متشکرم.
مرسی، خیلی ممنون.
فروغ جان دست فرخندم بلند بودش.
دست
فرخنده.
اوکی، بفرمایید.
خواهش میکنم. I just wanted to say first of all, Happy Nowruz to everybody, Happy New Year to everybody. And the timing of Nowruz has a really specific meaning for me. I think Khayyam couldn't choose any better time to celebrate the New Year. I'm going to go and speak the rest of it in Farsi because I think it's easier to explain. من خودم واقعا عاشق نوروزم و در خانواده بزرگ شدم که در هر شرایطی، چه در دوران جنگ در ایران زیر بمب و خمپاره، چه در امریکا، در هر شرایطی نوروزای بسیار بسیار زیبایی در خونه ما در کنار مادر خدا بیامرزه ما داشتیم و من همیشه گوفر ایشون بودم و بر من نوروز به دلیل اینکه همیشه باشون همکاری میکردم و نوروز رو برپا میکردیم، نوروزی ارزش دیگه ای داره و این کار رو اومدم در بیلدینگ خودم پیاده کردم. من در یه بیلدینگ با حدود 40-50 تا ساکن زندگی میکنم. همه منتظر نوروز بودن. همه میگن خب فری امسال برای نوروز میخوای چی کار بکنی؟ و خیلی دوست دارن، میشناسن و میدونن که واقعا به خصوص از نظر زمانی نوروز ما خیلی خیلی زمان قشنگی هستش برای شروع سال جدید، شروع یک دوران جدید و امیدوارم که گرچه که
بلندگوت خاموش شد. بلندگوت خاموش شد.
فرخنده جان اگر صدای ما رو میشنوید شما اشتباهی دستتون خورد و خودتون رو میوت کردید.
Hello.
آره شما متاسفانه آخر صحبتتون میوت شدید.
بازم میوت کردی.
ای بابا من کاری نمی کنم، شماها داریم میکنیم.
نه عزیز
من نیستم. نه من اینجا میوت نیستم عزیز.
الان خوبی؟
در هر صورت میگم آرزوی یک سال خوب برای تمام عزیزان، چه ایرانی چه غیر ایرانی، اصلا برای دنیا. واقعا امیدوارم که این قرن جدید و این سال جدید یه تحولی در همه دنیا ایجاد بکنه. مرسی.
که فرخنده جان.
خواهش. My pleasure.
منم میتونم یه چیزی از طرف خودم بگم؟
بگویید.
بفرمایید زهره جان.
راستش همیشه برای من نوروز اسمش نوروز یا روز نو در واقع چیزی همراه خودش داشته، به این معنی که همه چیز قرار هست نو بشه. فلسفه‌ش هم همینه. ما همه چیز رو تمیز میکنیم، همه چیز رو مرتب میکنیم، میخوایم یه کاری که واقعا ایرانی‌ها از اول انجام دادن این بوده، تمام چیزای اضافی رو دور ریختیم، همه چیزای کهنه رو کنار گذاشتیم، همه چیزای کثیف رو تمیز کردیم. یعنی در واقع یک تحولی رو توی زندگیمون ایجاد میکنیم که اون تحول در روح و روانمون هم در واقع وارد میشه. یعنی همونطوری ما در واقع در روح و روانمون هم باید چیزای اضافی رو کنار بذاریم، چیزای کهنه رو دور بریزیم، چیزای کثیف رو تمیز کنیم و در واقع یک روز نوعی برای خودمون بسازیم. این اگر فلسفه نوروز باشه که چه در بیرون و چه در درون ما نو بشیم، این فلسفه به نظر من زیباترین فلسفه ای هستش که یک سلبریشن یا یک جشن میتونه داشته باشه. و چقدر این نیاکان ما عاقل بودن، چقدر فرزانه بودن در این زمینه. امیدوارم که همه ما واقعا این نو شدن رو در نظر بگیریم و این نو شدن هستش که میتونه یه سال خیلی بهتری رو برای همه رقم بزنه. بهترین دعاها رو براتون دارم، مخصوصا شماها که همتون عزیزای من هستید و میشناسم بهتون. سال خوبی داشته باشید.
مرسی زهره جان. Farooq, do we have anyone else in the chat who'd like to say a few words?
Yes, I think Ahurani, ببخشید اگه
ببخشید من مرجان هستم. It's from my Facebook account. Ahurani. I wanted to first thank you guys for this opportunity to get together and enjoy our Persian New Year. I remember when we first came from Iran, I was in high school where I started setting up Haftseen and our little display, and trying to teach people about our New Year. And when I had my own children, I would go to their school and I would take Haftseen and celebrate it with children with other nationality, trying to teach them a little bit about, we had so many bad things about us happening. I got everyone interested by bringing chocolate candy, chocolate coins and stuff. And years later, children got older, and the only thing they knew about Haftseen was AD and Eidatul Mubarak AD. So now at this point, my children are older and they are actually participating in putting together the Haftseen. And it's good because it would be lonely if I was the only one celebrating it and my children not knowing anything about it. It's the little things that we learn and our culture taught us. Isn't that little Haftseen, and we get to share it with the next generation. And knowledge is power, and power is power. And so every year I put together sabzi, and it's always too much. It's always way over what it's supposed to be. But then the other families that cook and bake, and they bake their shirini. And every family has a strength in different parts of Haftseen, but we all are learning from each other, from everything that happens. And I'm just happy that I was able to bring that little bit of culture into my family, that I did not completely became pure American. I kept a little bit of Iranian and I passed it on to my children. And hopefully somewhere along the line, they'll get a chance to go back to Iran and enjoy what they know, enjoy what they learned. And the grandchildren will think about grandma's little Haftseen. I'm not sure how they're going to feel after a couple of generations, but we have come a long way. And I really like the name of your organization, because it always reminds you are here, you're American, but yes, you have culture of Iranian, which you are going to pass to your children as much as you can. And hopefully along the way they go back and they get to visit the country and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Marjan June. Thank you, everyone. We were trying really hard to keep the program short so everybody can get about their day with their Nowruz activities. Furuq Jan, is there anyone else on the chat who'd like to just say a few words before we end the program?
No, there's no one else.
So I want to thank you all for being here today, for joining us. I'd like to thank IACC for, as usual, without missing a beat, has made this possible for us to all get together. There are a few people I'd like to thank as well, those behind the scene who made this possible. Hussein is sitting right across from me, who is on top of this all with the light, the camera, the video, all that. Amir is joining us from home. He has also spent a long time and a lot of time to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Of course, I've got Marjan here, who is always here, who is very dedicated to anything IACC related. And let's not forget Furuq, who also manages all of this from behind the scene and sometimes in front of the scene. So I am grateful that they asked me to do this, and I'm glad we were all here together, able to share the first day of Nowruz together. Before we go, I know that Ami would like to take a screenshot of everyone on Zoom so that we have it. This program is also being recorded. So If you're too shy, turn your camera off. If you want to be in the picture, turn your cameras on so that Amir can take a photo of all of us. And Amir John, please let me know when that's happened.
Okay, everyone ready? Let's see how many more faces we can get. همه لبخند داشته باشین. روشن جون شما میاین. حسین هم اومد. عالی عالی. همه آماده باشین. لبخند. 3 2 1. من گرفتم.
Thank you so much. Merci, Amir John. Again, I would like to wish all of you and your families a wonderful Nowruz, a happy and healthy new year where we can all live together peacefully and in good health. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
نوروزتون مبارک.